Hi, guys! If you love cooking as much as I do, please subscribe and like. My dream is 1,000 subscribers.
And other girls dream that they'd be Ben's partner. They'd be Ben's partner.
I'm feeling lonely. Oh, I wish I find a lover that could hold me. Now I'm crying in
One more time. Tell me what to do. Wee. One more time. Wee.
You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain.
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Please.
He's just a
Well, I spilled my Frappuccino all over my cake, and here's how it happened. I built up a cake, went to Starbucks, and dang, dripped this mocha sauce all over it. Here we go. There it is. Ugh.
1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a cup of chocolate chips. Mix it all together. Divide into 12 and place on a prepared baking sheet at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Boom.
Nothing in life is perfect, but you can definitely fake it. The second your cookies are out of the oven, grab a ring cutter and round them out. Perfect uniform cookies.
Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down and mess me around? And then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than
Let's make a Guinness World Record cake pop. Start with 1 Linja length worth of cakes. Now pour in that cake batter.
And bake your Linja stack of cakes.
Now we crumble all our cake, cream cheese.
Confection our sugar. Now we made our icing. Now we fill our mold. And now we toss on the lid. Now we toss this in the freezer overnight.
Now we gotta fill it with dry ice.
And now we pick up the bottom.
Now we'll add royal icing.
It's sprinkle time.
And this is an 100-pound cake pop.
Would you give this customer their money back? I would like a cake for my son's pool party with Swiss meringue buttercream. Will this cake be left in the heat for long? That frosting does not hold well in the heat. It's an outdoor party, but I used to do cakes, and I know it will be just fine. Okay, but I've tested my recipe, and I highly suggest going with one of my other frostings. They taste very similar, but don't melt quick. Well, I know what I'm talking about, and I want that frosting. I only had the cake out for 1 hour, and it melted. I want a refund.
Today I recorded the process of how I do a cake, and I couldn't help but notice that it sounded like ASMR, so here it is. Enjoy.
Hey guys, I'm going to share this giant chocolate chip cookie recipe. So this is very chewy. Not only that, sobrang daling gawin. Okay, we are going to start with creaming our butter, brown sugar, and sugar. So for this one, we are going to cream for 5 to 7 minutes. We have to reach that light and fluffy consistency. Next, add eggs one at a time and then your vanilla. For the dry ingredients, we have all-purpose flour, baking soda, cornstarch, salt, and we have your oatmeal. Mix that together and then add it in your batter. Okay, fold it first, and then we are going to continue mixing with the mixer until it forms into a dough. Next, let's fold in your walnuts and choco chip. Okay, so for this dough, guys, you don't need to chill this one. So we are going to directly scoop it. Measure 80 grams. We are making a giant choco chip cookies. Semi-flatten it in your pan. Okay, next one, mag-a-add tayo ng ating toppings, which is your walnut and then your choco chip. Next, let's bake this one at 15 to 18 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And there you go. This is our end product. I hope you can try this one at home kasi sobrang sarap. See you guys next time for more baking tutorial videos. Hey guys, isi-share ko sa inyo ang aking paboritong carrot cake recipe. This is very easy to make and we don't need a mixer. Not only that, we are going to bake it in a loaf pan. Okay, we are going to start by combining your oil and sugar. So mix that together until well combined. Next, add your eggs one at a time. And then we are going to prepare your dry ingredients. For the dry ingredients, we have all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, and we have cinnamon. Fold it together, and then we are going to add it in our oil and sugar mixture. Okay, mix it together until it forms into a batter. Prepare your folding ingredients. We have carrots, pineapple, and walnuts. We are going to start by combining your shredded carrots and then your crushed pineapple. Okay, add it in your batter, and then mix it thoroughly. And then our last step is that we are going to add your walnuts. Okay, so now we are ready to pan. So place it in 5 pieces 7 by 3 inches loaf pan, and then we are going to bake at 20 to 22 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Add your walnuts as a topping, and then there you go, guys. This is our finished product, one of the easiest recipe that you will learn. So I hope you do this at home. See you guys next time for more recipe videos.
My husband doesn't cook, but he does bake and he's really good at it. And lately I've just been violently craving cookie dough, so he made me his famous recipe. He started by combining some white and brown sugar with some room temperature butter and an egg. Gave that a really good mix until everything was really smooth. He gets very specific with his measurements, so he always has to make sure everything is level and perfectly measured out. Added some vanilla, baking powder, some flaky sea salt, and then some flour, and mixed that until everything was incorporated before he added in some more flour and oats. I don't really like chocolate chips, so he only added a few so that it would be really easy for me to just pick them out. This is the best cookie dough recipe that I've ever tasted, so obviously we had to try it. And yes, it was as good as we both remembered it because we haven't made this in a while. Then he plated me up some cookie dough before he formed his into little balls and placed them on a baking sheet to bake. We popped them in the oven for about 8 minutes at 400 and then transferred them over to a wire rack to cool. I also made some homemade caramel sauce that we drizzled over a few of them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I want to see what I can do with one cake, one tip, in 30 seconds.
not that bad. It just needs a little shaping. To the salon!
Hi guys, here's another cake decorating video, and can I start off by saying, can y'all like not be mean to me? Like, I know that people always will say shit like, oh, if you're a creator, if you make content, you have to expect hate, like you can't get mad about it, whatever. But like, I'm sensitive, y'all. If you tell me my cakes look like shit, yeah, it's gonna hurt my feelings. But that being said, all y'all leaving mean comments, I hope you know the algorithm can't tell if your comment is mean or nice, so either way, thanks. But anyways, I don't really have a story to talk about today because my life is actually pretty fucking boring. But I put gas into my car for the first time last week, so that was fun. And that literally happened a week ago. And that's the most exciting thing I have to talk about. But it was cool, like, it was kind of scary. I kept thinking I was gonna get blown up by the gas or something. And, like, apparently if you use your phone, that can, like, make it blow up or... I don't know, it was scary, but, like, it was a fun experience, I guess. But, oh, shit, I'm out of time. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching, bye.
I've sold literally thousands of cakes, and out of all of those cakes, I think I've maybe had 3 husbands reach out to me and order a cake for their wives. And no hate to these men, you know, whatever. But I can also say confidently that out of those thousands of cakes, hundreds of them have been wives reaching out to me for their husband's birthdays. So when I got this cake order for one of my favorite clients' birthdays from her fiance, I was so excited. The love and care he put into this order form as well was unmatched. He was so specific in all of the little details. He knew what kind of aesthetic she wanted, the color scheme. He wanted a heart shape. He even chose the flavors, which is just chef's kiss. So it's a brown sugar sponge with a butterbeer ganache filling and a vanilla buttercream, and he wanted a very light and airy, very aesthetic, kind of cottagecore. He specifically mentioned green and pink, and I took it from there. I added the glitter and the pearl sprinkles because I literally can't help myself. He was very specific about little mushrooms, so I added some mushroom tops and little mushrooms on the sides, and I am literally obsessed with it. I love how it turned out. I hope she loved it, and men, this is your sign to order a cake for your wives.